So welcome to Moncton High. We're just going to give you guys a little bit of a tour. These are the main doors, obviously, and yeah, so just follow us. So here we are. This is like the main office area. Welcome at the top. Right there, you can see the office. We have a trophy case to the big statues, just your typical, I guess, entrance to Moncton High. And so next up, over this way, you're going to see the cafeteria. Right now, it's the Connect block, so a lot of students are at different activities. There's different things that you can do. So there's the first stairway, and if we keep going this way, we've got the cafeteria. So some students will be working in the cafeteria, and obviously at lunch, it's a great place where you can go too. And we've also got the stage there as well. And then on this side, so we have what everyone calls the green area. There's just little seating spots as well. You're not allowed to eat there, but again, you can hang out there during lunch and different stuff like that. And then through those glass windows, you have the library. After this too, we'll just show you the guidance area so that you know where you can find that. Down here too, by the guidance counselor's office, there's the art room. So as you can see now, there's usually lots of different art and stuff displayed here. So yeah, so that students can really see some of it. In here is a guidance office. There's a counselor for each grade, and you should be let know at the beginning of the year which counselor is yours. Other than that, we've got more art on that side too, and yeah. So just down this hallway over here, we have our music rooms, our gyms, as well as the big calendar and the International Student Wall. So we'll just give you guys a little tour of that. Oh, another thing I will mention is there are elevators for anyone who was curious. Those are just if someone's in a wheelchair, also different carts and stuff that teachers sometimes carry around. The International Students Wall, so we have a lot of international students at Moncton High, and you can even see their pictures here sometimes because, yeah, we just want to make sure that they're as welcome as possible. Oh, yes, and this is something that was new to this year. We have the big calendar, so for like the month or the few weeks at least, we have every activity that's going on, anytime there's no school, report cards, different things like that, and you can all find it here. And then finally, down here is probably one of the more cool things. We've got the music room and the gyms. So the music room, there's constantly stuff going on around here, as well as the, I forgot that too, there's also like the theater room. They're all different classes, and like I said, during now it's the Connect block, and yeah, so there's people constantly practicing, doing different things like that. It is kind of weird. I remember my first time walking down this hallway because you get to the end and you kind of not sure if you're going the right way, but you just keep going on and the gyms are there. We've got another washroom, and then you get to the gym area. So to this side here, you'll see the workout room on the right. There's purple steel that's oftentimes in there, and it's another place that people just go to work out and do stuff like that. And then we have the gyms. So yes, there are two gyms for anyone who didn't realize. We have like a small gym and a big gym, but you know, they're relatively normal sized gyms, just like that. There's also the change rooms on each side. There's two change rooms for different things. Different sports teams use them, and obviously for gym class too. Just take a little sneak peek. This is the big gym, but it's really nothing out of the ordinary. So perfect. That's pretty much it. Other than that, those are some of the big things that I know people remember. They're kind of like landmarks of the school that should help you find your way around. Other than that, the two hallways upstairs, they've just got classes in them that I'm sure you'll find your way around too.
are the grade 12 scary? No, the grade 12s are not scary at all, and they're all very welcoming when you first arrive at the school.
Grade 12s are definitely not scary. I find you can't even tell the difference between a grade 10, a grade 11, or a grade 12. Everyone's just doing their own things. You hardly interact with the other grades unless you're friends with them, and they're definitely not scary. We have buddy week at the beginning of the year, and the grade 9s can get paired up with the grade 12, and they show you around, and everyone's just super nice.
Moncton High, it's a big school, and I don't really think it's that easy to get lost the more you get used to it, because on the first day you're gonna feel lost. That's just natural. That's how I felt on the first day too. But after, like, really, especially the first week, you'll know really everywhere to go around, and you'll find your classes easily in grade 9, because usually, well, for my classes, they're all basically in a row. So I think you'll find your class pretty easily.
Moncton High is a pretty big school. You get lost the first couple weeks or so, but like as long as you have a friend in each class or so, like you'll be fine and you'll make it okay.
Moncton High is a pretty big school. It is possible to get lost, but on your first day, there will be people around that will help you find all of your classes, so you should be fine.
First day of school, I was really scared, but after the first week, I got really used to it.
I got here and it was so nice because all the teachers and like there were students here and they helped you out. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was scary at first, but because it's grade 9 day, there's not as many grade 12s that you should be like, about. So you'll be fine.
So the gyms at Moncton High, they're pretty big. We actually have 2 of them, and we also have a workout room, and the gyms are pretty standard size.
It's pretty big. There's 2 gyms though. So my class this year had the big gym and then the other class had the small gym, and sometimes you collab gym classes. But the gym's pretty big and we might be able to show you guys, so yeah.
Oh, this is the big gym. It's pretty big.
Yeah, so if that answers your question, if the gym is big, it is. And you do cardio every day, but you go into it, so do not be stressed out about that. You guys are going to be fine, nothing to worry about. It's very fun. Yes, you do have to take gym in grade 9, and it's every day of the week. So like this year, I had gym 4th period, and it was very fun. Yeah.
You have to take gym in grade 9, and you have to take it once, like every day for first semester or second semester.
Well, grade 9 isn't really much harder than grade 8. The workload is different and stuff. I didn't really find it that big of a difference, though. People make high school sound a lot worse than it really is, and yeah, it's just not that much worse.
How much harder is grade 9 than grade 8? It's generally not much harder. It's actually easier. Grade 9 is just a review of the stuff that you did in grade 8. Just you're in high school and you don't have all the same kids in all the different classes.
Grade 9 isn't much harder than grade 8 because it's kind of just like a review, so it's not really much harder.
Basically, there's a lot more like work and stuff to do in class for grade 9 than grade 8, but usually if you get most of your work done in class, then you'll be fine, but there is more homework.
Grade 9 isn't really that much harder. You're expected to try harder, but I wouldn't say the classes are more hard.
Well, it's harder than grade 8, but like you'll find that the classes aren't like extremely more difficult than grade 9. Than grade 8, it's just kind of like it's like, it's a bit overwhelming, So
French immersion isn't really different in high school. You have to talk French in your classes. You only have French like one semester, but if you're in French immersion, you have to talk in all the French classes. And cool thing is that the grade 9 French immersion classes are all next door.
You find if you lost a lot of your middle school friends once you went to high school. I found I did lose quite a few of my middle school friends once I got to high school, because you basically just realize who your real friends are and who you want to stick with, and then who you rather not hang out with, because a lot of people do change once they get to high school.
For me, what's been more hard is friends and sticking with old friends and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say it's that much harder, but it is a bit difficult.
The hallways don't really get crowded. It's just the stairwells. As long as you stay on the right side of the hallway, you won't really get hit or anything, because I know I was worried being a small person that I was going to get ran over or shoved to the side, but you won't as long as you stay out of other people's way.
What happens if you skip classes? Well, unlike middle school, teachers don't chase you around, and if you don't come to school or go to your classes, then you won't get your work done on time, and you'll get far behind. But what sucks about that is you could get in trouble or even fail a class because of that. So don't skip classes.
Are there a lot of bullies at Moncton High? I would not say that there are, but there are a few fights occasionally, but there aren't actual bullying like people taking your lunch money, people spreading online rumors, all that. But there may be a few fights and that's it. There's no real bullying here.
You don't have to share a locker. Some are like the ones in middle school and some are half, and they're not in the classrooms, they're out in the halls.
The schools that go to Moncton High are Sunnybray, Louisville, Shediac Cave, and Edith Cavell.
If you were wondering if there are a lot of clubs at Moncton High, it's difficult because there are so many different clubs and different opportunities that you can have with them that I can't even say all of them. But there are almost every single club that you'd have in middle school, there would be here, and there's more.
Are the teachers nice? Yes, the teachers are nice. However, if you do disrupt their class or are being rude, they will punish you.
Football starts in August, well, in July, like late July, early August. You could connect with Mr. Alnack. There's a Facebook group, and it's very fun. You meet a lot of new people, and there's a lot of people who've been at MHS for a long time with the grads and the grade 11s. So you meet a lot of new people, and you have people all around you who are willing to stick up for you.
Are all grades allowed to join cheerleading?
Yes, all grades are allowed to join cheerleading.
Will they teach us to write exams? They will teach you to write exams. It sounds really scary at first, but the teachers will walk you through it. They'll tell you everything you need to know, and as long as you have a good work ethic, it'll be easy peasy.
I suggest that everyone should join a club in grade 9 because it's a great way to make friends with the same interest as you, and it's also a very good way to earn big M points.
Yes, I definitely do suggest a sports team or a club in grade 9 because it gets you more involved in the school and you find a lot of new friends through that.
So there are 1,250 students who go to Moncton High.
Yes, there are breaks in between classes. You get a break in between first and second period, and then there's an hour lunch break.
Is there drugs at Moncton High School? I'd say there is drugs, but very few. You just don't want to get part of that crowd. Once you are in, it's very difficult to get out.
If a teacher says you're allowed to use your phone for research, then you can, but I suggest not to use it for social media, and sometimes you're allowed to listen to music.
Yes, you are allowed to listen to music in class, but it depends on the teacher. So as long as you're working, you should be allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed to listen to music in class with teacher's permission.
Alright, so is there Wi-Fi? Yes, there is, but you should always be aware that if you do anything irresponsible or look up inappropriate things on internet, they can see that and you'll lose all privileges for the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so one piece of advice that I would give going from middle school to high school is to just not be nervous and kind of just be yourself and make new friends and yeah.
What is one piece of advice you would offer to a successful transition from middle school to high school? I would say for making friends, don't be shy, but also don't be over the top. You don't want to get into a bad crowd and just be irresponsible with everything.
In grade 9, you don't get to pick your schedule, but in grade 10, you have more choices.
So in high school, unlike middle school, every single day you have the same classes in the same order, instead of every day of the week, different classes at different times. Also, there are 2 semesters, and one semester you'll have the same classes every single day at the same time, but then the next semester it'll change up a bit.